As I invite Ruby to walk up to Mr. Rajiv Dubey to select the next team that will get to present. Mr. Dubey to select.
IIM Ahmedabad, team WIMVIANS. Have I got that
Team
right?
WIMVIANS, yeah.
WIMVIANS.
WIMVI stands for Well-Known Institute of Management of Western India. It's a slang in IIM Ahmedabad. And welcome, Team WIMVIANS, IIM Ahmedabad. Welcome. While you settle down, let me say that WIMVIANS will be the second presentation on the farm equipment sector. This coincidence is unplanned. The people presenting here are Prateek, Karan, Bhargav, and Madhur. While they take a moment to set up, let me say that this stage is a result of a collaborative project that involved Broadvision and MIT School of Design, Pune. It's designed by a bunch of young students. Their average age is less than 25. It's less than 25. And they studied the last 3 years' footage of the war room and came up with 71 improvement points. And then came up with 6 alternative concepts. This work started along with the launch of the war room. And I must sincerely thank Mr. Sequeira and the corporate communications for actually going ahead and putting the bet, because that was a critical stage. And this will greatly improve the televising impact of the war room event. Are you ready, WIMVIANS?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you. Respected judges, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to one and all present here. Driving a positive change at the grassroots level and is going to the focus of presentation in the farm equipment sector. A look at the agenda first. We have a quick glance of the industry, then we talk about our primary research, and then finally we talk about our recommendations. When you look at the industry analysis side, we see that Mahindra & Mahindra has a lion's share in less than 40 HP category, but we are facing strong threats from John Deere, TAFE, and New Holland in greater than 40 HP categories. A point to note over here is that greater than 40 HP categories is the place where the next growth is going to be in. Moving on to regional trends, we see that the market share of Mahindra & Mahindra is huge in the south and the east of the country. But in the north and west, we face competition from John Deere, TAFE, and Escorts. CAGR-wise, John Deere has outclassed all the players in the segment, apart from the eastern India, where we enjoy a slender lead over them. The whole key takeaway from the analysis slide is that we face a strong threat in the fast-growing greater than 40 HP category segment. To kickstart our research, we first tried to understand our consumers, that was farmers, and conducted 20 in-depth interviews of farmers in and around Gujarat and Maharashtra. The key consumer insights helped us build a brand ladder for tractor with physical, emotional, and functional attributes. The key takeaway for us from here was tractor by a farmer is viewed as a symbol of status, social security, and pride. Moving a step up the value chain, we analyzed several dealerships in and around Ahmedabad, where we found that there was a huge lack of awareness about Samriddhi centers, Swaraj acquisitions, and most importantly, about special features of Mahindra Arjun. Also, there was too much focus on Bhumiputra in Gujarat purely because of its easy availability. The last but not the least, the insight was the lack of in-store display, which could be used very well by us to focus on us being the best farmers brand. So over here are some recommendations which we have formulated after our comprehensive secondary research. First, we propose to market Arjun heavily in the off-farming segment so that we can take on John Deere in its strongest segment. Also, doing so will help us increase our reliability and long-standing trust with our customers. The second is to tap the fast-growing tractor resale market. We want to expand Mahindra Vishwas to 200 stores from the current 80+ stores in 2 years. We expect that market to reach more than 6,000 crores by the end of fiscal year 2018, where we expect revenues of close to 300 crores. This we may say is a very optimistic, this we may say is a very pessimistic estimate because we have assumed a very low market share over here. The focus of opening stores will be West and Northern India because these are the primary markets where the resale of tractors is really high. The intangible benefit of doing so will be that our brand value will be enhanced because most of the tractors coming in will be ours, and resale value is an important parameter while buying a tractor. Moving on, some suggestions for Apply Track. we want to focus on the high-tech implement sectors like rice transplanter, paddy harvester, and sugarcane farm mechanization solutions. For doing so, we'll have to concentrate on research and IPRs. And thus, we propose a tie-up with agricultural universities and institutes to develop low-cost, effective solutions. For example, the one developed by Pantnagar University that is called Pant Parvatiya Thresher. For manufacturing, we plan to outsource it to plants in India and asking our existing foreign vendors to set up plants in India so that a cost-effective solution over here can be developed, which will help us develop a sustainable solution for our farmers in the long run. For selling channels, we propose that we'll use the existing dealerships and the new ApplyTrack dealers over here and give them demo products with sales and credit link incentives. Because over here, the demonstration of the product is really important as the awareness levels about such implements is low. Since the market creation and demand creation is going to be the drivers for ApplyTrack business from our side, we propose to set up a new awareness channel where we'll use the company sales force, which will go out and spread awareness about these products. We expect revenues of around 760 crores by fiscal year 2016. One of the new initiatives which we want to take forward is on custom hiring of tractors. A recent report on CRISIL pointed out that 7% of the farmers own tractors, while 24% use them. So over here, we feel that custom hiring is the solution for today's farmers. So the objective over here is going to promote entrepreneurship in the rural region by building trust. The plan which we have is to target the rural youth, to target the panchayats and packs for custom hiring. We'll also set up a toll-free number where people can book the service, and the present owners can join this service by just installing a simple GPS. The launch will be in the east and the west, and then according to the response to the northern part of the country. The promotion will be the existing dealers and various other channels that we are using. The impact we see is humongous. There's a profit for the entrepreneur in the very first year, and the positive impact on company's P&L. And we cannot even start quantifying the positive brand value that we'll get from the unmatched first mover advantage in this sector.
Moving on to M&S brand strategy. At the corporate level, we recommend to take Kisan Mitra to the doorstep of the farmers. To implement the same, we need to get in touch with agro-retailers, the progressive farmers who have some knowledge about the farmer's culture and the way they do their farming. For the same, we need to incur a cost on high-end mobile phones, weather stations, sensors, and maybe set-top boxes. We can earn revenue on the same through recharge vouchers as well as commission on each handset. The motive here is very simple and clear. It's to build our brand equity and not profit. Moving on to our tractors branding strategy. One of the studies conducted by our Professor Sukhpal Singh from IIM Ahmedabad pointed out that 70% of the farmers purchase the brand as Mahindra tractors, the parent brand. The identification with the sub-brands is very minimal, and hence our strategy comes into place. First, we take a look at Arjun. For Arjun, we say that Arjun is a high-power equipment which can meet your off-farming requirements as well. And we want to take it to the level of Scorpio of tractors. And to do the same, we propose a positioning of Shaktishali, Mazboot, and powerful. Moving on to Swaraj. Swaraj has a strong brand equity of its own, and we want to keep it untouched, though we might integrate its back-end operations. In order to propagate custom hiring, we might go for custom hiring of Swaraj through panchayats, PACS, and private entrepreneurs. Moving on to Sarpanch. We want to associate Sarpanch with premiumness. Premiumness in meeting your high-tech farming requirements. For the same, we wish to position it as Tractoro Ka Maharaja. We can have added features including closed cabins, fans, music systems, etc. It will also lend extra power with extra effort. Moving on to Yuvraj, which is the newest entry on the block. For Yuvraj, we see that it can be promoted with hobby farmers, florists, and we can position it as Pragati Ki Sawari, because this will take farmers towards the first step to prosperity. All our recommendations presented till now are backed up with detailed calculations in the embedded worksheets. At this point of time, I would like to pose a question. Can Mahindra farm equipment sector on its own drive the prosperity of farmers? We beg to differ on this. We believe that the Mahindra leadership needs to come together and put up a good show together in order to facilitate the same. For example, Mahindra Finance. The synergy with Mahindra Finance can be tapped to expand into the leasing and the custom hiring models. Tech Mahindra, with its expertise in telecom, should come into foray and lend its expertise to Kisan Mitra. And the same holds true for EPC also. This will help us achieve our brand promise. The Mahindra brand promise, which comes with stretching our limits, which comes with empowering customers, which comes with alternative thinking, thinking beyond the obvious. And we all feel that this promise will help us deliver the best to all our players and maintain a strong value system at the same time. At this point, we would like to take you to the executive summary, which we have developed through a video. Hope you all like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Wimbians. Full points to you for innovation on that musical executive summary. Let's see, Mr. Hemant Luthra.
I love your branding, and since you may or may not be aware of the fact that Mahindra Aerospace now has a 5-seater, 8-seater, 10-seater, and an 18-seater plane, can you guys contact me after this to help brand those?
And I will compete with them, Mr. Luthra. Mr. Mahindra?
Very comprehensive presentation. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a simple question. The tractor rental model is an idea that many people over time have flirted with. Hasn't really taken root. One of the fears is whether you would be cannibalizing your own market, whether you would actually be creating a model which might, in a sense, erode primary sales. What are your thoughts on that?
Probably building the brand equity is probably one of the only drivers for us for developing the hiring model, apart from the fact that even if you're not doing so, people are already hiring the tractors. The study has already pointed out that even when only 7% farmers own tractors, 24% are using them. It's a huge number. Thrice the numbers who own tractors. So anyways, if you don't rent out, the people are already doing it. Doing so from the company side will lend us attaching the Mahindra brand with the same, which in the longer run will help us attach with the farmer as a brand on the whole. This will push for our sales in the long run also, plus since we are a company which is such a big, I think we can implement this idea. Probably the others may not have the size and scale to do so, but we do.
Very good, thank you.
Mr. Mishra?
First of all, many thanks and compliments that you have touched a very lively subject, which we are also grappling with. And most important, I liked in your that you have a lot of passion when you presented. So thanks a lot. My question is that you must have contacted some of the John Deere's customers, and you did something that, how do you feel certain positives and certain negatives vis-a-vis Mahindra?
In fact, in our study included John Deere customers not only, but also the dealers where we met them. So the probably it was a study which primarily focused on Gujarat and Maharashtra. So over there, what we found out the major reasons why people are buying John Deere, one was it was promoting itself as a US brand, which generally that region, the western region of the country, associates with higher technology. Also, the fact that some kind of switching has come in with the youth progressing to the farm as a farmer level. So let's say a person maybe farming for last 60 years, when his sons comes in, they generally try to tend to change some tactics over there. So this has been some sales that have been driving. The other thing which we think was really unique about John Deere was the store locations are very close to the cities. So their off-farming sales, the sales in front loading and carting segments were really high. I think these were the major drivers. Apart from this, the in-store display, which John Deere had, was primarily focused on, there was this one diagram which we remember very clearly, which says why John Deere, and it had 10 reasons all related to only technology. So probably the store display was very clear that we give you a technology product, and I think it was more the off-farming segment that was driving the sales higher rather than the farming segment.
Mr. Shukla?
Thank you. Well done. I must say that by now your study must be quite well known in the Western India if you have done proper groundwork. Conceptually, you presented a very good framework that we can position this model, Arjun as the Scorpio of the tractors, or other models. Conceptually, well done. My question is, how do you do practically? Because you only made a statement that customer buys Mahindra parent brand name and not really the subsidiary brand name, the product brand name. So how do you go about really segmenting it that sharply as you presented?
So we'll just take a minute on this. So the 3 points which have come up over here first is what we saw from our Gujarat dealership studies was that the focus was on more availability rather than the brand. So probably in the long run, when the consumer's choice becomes availability driven and not brand driven, I think we are pseudo commoditizing the product, which we don't want to do. One, the way we propose to do it is we first educate our dealers who are not really aware about the special features like the forklift and its application in the off-farming segment. If we are able to do it, we'll be able to push the sales and make Arjun as a brand which serves this high-end farming requirements. For a single example will serve the purpose. In a store in Ahmedabad, there's a person who buys 6 tractors only for front-end loading and carting. Which ones does he buy? Bhumiputra. Why? Because that's the only one available. Had the salesperson known that we have a special product which caters to his need, he would have sold him Arjun. So I think if we push our dealers to have this knowledge, I think it is more the consumer's need-driven, and then the overarching branding comes in. It is a more high involvement product, so we cannot go about like an FMCG product where we launch it something like, something that's serving high-end requirements. We rather need to show it happening through our dealers and then talk about the whole slogan and other things that we show. Anything that you have to add?
Just to add to it, in our presentation, one thing which we touched upon was regarding dealers. So we plan to hold regular town hall sessions, regular awareness sessions, as well as brochures about all our latest initiatives. So much is happening in this space, but the dealers are not up to date to it. So such initiatives will be the first step towards educating the dealers.
Mr. Mahindra, do you have one more question? Great. Thank you, Team Wimby, like the legendary Ivan Lendl, who could win every Grand Slam except Wimbledon. IIM Ahmedabad has been winning every contest in the country except the War Room. So good luck today to you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.